In 1996, Jeffrey Dampier won the Illinois State Lottery, a staggering $20 million jackpot. It should have been the beginning of a new, easier life, and for a while it was. After taxes, he took home millions. He and his then-wife split the winnings after a divorce, and Jeffrey moved on. He remarried a woman named Crystal and relocated to Tampa, Florida to start fresh. He didn't blow his money on flashy cars or reckless investments. Instead, he started a small business, Cassie's Gourmet Popcorn, and focused on helping the people around him. But what no one knew was that this sudden wealth, meant to bring freedom and joy, would eventually cost him his life. Jeffrey had always been known for his generous spirit. After his big win, he didn't isolate himself. He embraced his family, 38 of them to be exact. He treated all of them to a 7-day Caribbean cruise for Christmas. He bought his family members houses, cars, whatever they needed. He helped his parents and siblings. He even extended his generosity to his new in-laws. Crystal had 2 sisters, Victoria and Terry Jackson. They were struggling back in Chicago, so Jeffrey moved them down to Florida and supported them financially. He paid their bills, helped them get settled, and treated them like family. But beneath that kindness, cracks were forming. Sometime after the move, Jeffrey began an affair with Victoria, one of his sisters-in-law. He lavished her with gifts, money, attention, still paying her bills, still covering expenses, and giving her everything she wanted. Maybe he thought he was keeping her happy. Maybe he didn't realize just how dangerous that relationship would become. In July 2005, Victoria decided she wanted more. She and her boyfriend, Nathaniel Jackson, came up with a plan to rob Jeffrey. Whether it started as a theft or something more sinister from the beginning, we'll never fully know. But the way it ended was unmistakably brutal. On July 26th, Victoria called Jeffrey asking for help with her car. He didn't hesitate. He thought he was helping family. He didn't know it was a trap. When he arrived, Victoria and Nathaniel ambushed him. They tied his hands and feet, forced him into his own van, and began driving. Over the course of several hours, they tried to withdraw money from his accounts. They threatened him. At one point, Nathaniel handed Victoria a gun and told her, "Shoot him, or I'll shoot you." And she did. One shot to the back of Jeffrey's head ended everything. The man who had given so much was left dead in his own vehicle, murdered by the very people he tried to lift up. When police launched their investigation, they quickly found Victoria and Nathaniel. The two weren't exactly discreet. They were found with large sums of cash. But the rest of Jeffrey's fortune? Unaccounted for. During the trial, Victoria tried to blame Nathaniel. Nathaniel pointed the finger at her, but the jury saw through it. Both were convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. There would be no parole, no second chances. The murder of Jeffrey Dampier shocked everyone who knew him. He wasn't flashy or arrogant. He didn't flaunt his wealth. He tried to build a small business. He supported dozens of people financially. He wanted everyone around him to succeed, but that generosity made him vulnerable to manipulation and, ultimately, betrayal. Jeffrey didn't die because of greed from strangers. He died because the people closest to him, the ones he trusted, wanted more. And when they couldn't get more from him willingly, they took it by force. He won the lottery, he gave freely, and in the end, it cost him everything.